I am just kind of naturally a very kind of happy-go-lucky, optimistic person. And so I think a lot of that really comes through in my work. I'm Emily Balsley. I live in Madison, Wisconsin. I consider myself an illustrator first and foremost as far as my art goes, but I also am just a maker in general. I graduated from UW-Madison with an art degree back in 2001, and my emphasis was graphic design, so my background is a little bit more technical, and so I was actually a bike designer for many years until I decided to break out into the freelance world. And so I've been really focusing on illustration for about, I would say, maybe 10 years now. So I do a lot of book work, magazine work, like apparel design, stuff for like games and puzzles. So I have a lot of like board games and stuff like that, card games for kids that are out there. My mom is an artist, and so when I grew up, or when I was growing up, she was actually going to school, to college as a non-traditional student. And so, because she was, being a parent as well, she was in school, it seems like my entire childhood. And she was an art major, and she, took a lot of classes in typography and color and painting and photography and stuff like that. So, I've always been surrounded by art just as a kiddo, but I think I won like 34 coloring contests over the course of my childhood. Colorful, whimsical, I often say quirky because that kind of implies a little bit of weirdness, right? And so like it's cute and it's whimsical, but sometimes like it can be seen as a little bit off or a little edgier. A lot of my illustration work that has like quotes and lettering and type included, those messages often speak to love and being brave and being strong and resilient and all of that. Oh man, I bike all the time. Like biking is kind of my go-to. Even in the winter, I bike all year round. My studio is about 4 miles from my house, and so I have studded tires on my bike. So it doesn't matter what the weather is, you will find me biking. My husband and I have a standing weekly hiking date, and so we go on like a 4-mile hike every Wednesday, which has been great. We always go to the same place, and so it's been really fascinating for me to like literally do the same hike every single week over the course of a year, because it's been really fun watching the seasons change and kind of watch the foliage change and the flowers, like how they, from like the spring flowers all the way now, like the dead of summer, like how the flowers change. And so I've been probably to an annoying degree for my husband, just like taking so many photos and like documenting all of the flowers and all of the changes. And I draw a lot of that in my art, or I incorporate a lot of those in my art and in my sketchbooks. This installation is going to be called My Pet Park. And it's a series of 10 freestanding murals, essentially, that are going to be staked directly into the ground. They're all pretty short. They're about 2 to 3 feet high each, and they all incorporate different pets. So dogs and cats, of course, but also a turtle, a frog, a bunny, some birds. And so they're all kind of interacting with each other, and there's some other natural elements that I brought in, like flowers and mushrooms and stuff like that. Since kids are the target audience, I'm hoping that they're attracted to it first of all, and they want to interact with it, and maybe some stories will come of it, like what is that dog and ladybug doing? Like, are they talking to each other? What are they saying? So like if I can get these kiddos like to kind of think beyond what's just in front of them, and hope that maybe some stories form from that. I mean, I would love that.